Hi everyone, my name is Skye.
Hi Skye, my name's Teatac.
For those of you who don't know, I identify as agender, which means no gender. I identify as trans. I am transitioning surgically and hormonally. And I also identify as non-binary, since having no gender is definitely off the binary scale.
Huh, no shit, me too. Except I'm more along the lines of like an evil cis white male. Hey, welcome back. This is a response to Skye ID and his video titled Feminism plus Non-Binary Folks plus Black People Intersectionality. And there is a lot to unpack in this one. So buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Like, ribbed for her pleasure, bumpy. Okay, well that was fucking stupid. That was a fucking shit joke, you dumbass. You wonder why you don't get fucking subscribers. Skye, you're gonna have to save this video for me.
So, about feminism. Feminism is problematic in its very title, since it suggests that the movement is just for women.
Fucking A, I couldn't agree more. They're all like, no, it's about equality. It's about, like, men can be feminists and it's about men and women. But it's all bullshit. Thank you for saying that. I knew I could count on you to keep the video going.
With some women, there's an us against the world mentality. And everyone who isn't a woman is automatically the enemy.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop, like, speaking truths and making sense. You're kind of fucking with my format here.
Excuse me, but I'm not the enemy.
Fuck. I'm gonna have to scrap this video.
I'm actually more marginalized, more dehumanized, and more erased than any woman. At least society believes women exist. Not so for me.
Thank God we're back in business. Oh, don't mind me. Please go on.
Non-binary people are erased by language every day.
Holy shit. So, like, language is grabbing non-binary people out of their homes and murdering them in the streets? Fuck, I'm on your side, alright? This is horrible. But I need you to give me some specifics, like, what's actually happening here?
Quote, whenever a person does his or her taxes, ...
Okay, yeah, taxes?
Is a sentence that doesn't include me.
Ugh, okay. But it includes the majority, and then you're choosing to be offended by it.
Also, where are the non-binary sections of clothing stores?
What point would that serve? You are a woman transitioning into a man. You are agender. So why not just float between the sections, ignoring the sign, and choose what clothes you want to wear? If they made a non-binary section, that's exactly what it would be. They would be taking neutrally looking clothes from the men's section and neutrally looking clothes from the women's section and putting them together. I doubt there is a high enough demand for them to want to spend the time and money and resources in order to create a section that is going to save you maybe a few minutes. Oh, and hurt feelings, of course.
Where are all the non-binary toiletries? Non-binary menstrual products?
Again, you are choosing to be offended by a word that is on the packaging. And I'm really appalled by how insensitive you're being. Imagine how upset a non-binary person who had the misfortune of being born a man is going to be when they happen to see the package and they say, wait a second. Not all non-binary people need maxi pads and tampons. My God, this company is assuming I have a vagina. It's much safer for a company to put feminine words on feminine hygiene products because females have vaginas and actually have a use for them.
For fuck's sake, do I have to try and invent everything to accommodate non-binary people? Perhaps I do. Try to stop me.
Oh, I won't. I mean, you're not really inventing anything, you're changing the words on the package. So if you want to go bankrupt trying to produce and distribute maxi pads that don't have feminine words on them, then you be my guest.
I was assigned female at birth. That's one strike against me from the start. Black? 2 strikes. Trans? 3 strikes. Non-binary? 4 strikes.
Wow, kid. I think you're gonna win gold in the Oppression Olympics this year.
Women need to quit acting like they're the only ones oppressed and stop acting like all non-women are against them and can't be allies.
No, you got that wrong. Women in the Western world just need to stop acting like they're oppressed.
Ideally, I'd like humanity to move beyond gender. To me, gender is like a wound that never heals because people keep picking off the scab as soon as it starts forming.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, right as people are starting to accept, trans men and trans women and intersex people, motherfuckers start coming out of the woodwork like, no, actually there's 52 genders, and that number's gonna keep growing because, people can be whatever they want to be, whatever they feel like. But I have a feeling you weren't talking about those people.
What I mean is, when any little tidbit of non-binary information gets out, society is back to picking that scab by making laws in an attempt to shove us back into the gender binary.
What you're experiencing is society not wanting to bend to the will of a very, very, very small minority.
For those of us who are U.S. citizens, bathroom bills? Does that ring a bell?
Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't give a fuck what bathroom you want to use. If you want to come into the men's bathroom and piss, I don't give a shit. I don't make eye contact with people. I don't talk to people in the bathroom. As long as you don't use a buffer urinal, as long as you're not peeing next to me, I don't care. But in a lot of people's mind, men's room is for men, women's room is for women. The big compromise I've heard proposed is like a unisex bathroom, like having all bathrooms just be like a single stall unisex bathroom, which I'm good with. Doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, I'm still just going to go in there and pee or take a dump. And the proposal works really well for new bathrooms, like things that are being built now. But to retrofit old restrooms, you're talking about a lot of time, money, and energy for a very, very small minority of people who are going to be affected by this. So yeah, you're going to have bigoted people that don't like trans people, don't like, agender people like yourself. But I think when it comes to the corporations and the businesses doing this, it all comes down to money. What do they gain outside of not hurting your feelings from spending the money on doing this?
It's hard to live apart from gender in an overly genderized world. A world that displays cis-hetero-binariness as the norm.
That's because it is the norm. Doesn't mean that not conforming to that is bad or wrong, but you can't ignore that it is the norm.
It's hard to explain to people what to call me because they want to femalize me as soon as they see me. With things like, hey sister, or girl.
Yeah, due to the fact that you were born a woman, whether you identify as that or not, you have feminine features. So a first impression would label you as a female to someone who doesn't know you.
I'm not supposed to punch people in the face when they stamp me as female, am I?
No, because how the fuck would they know otherwise? By calling you sister or saying, hey girl, they have a pretty good chance of identifying you correctly.
I'm supposed to try and see things from their point of view and show patience and mercy.
Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? Sounds like what the LGBT community wants from the cis community. And in recent years, there has been widespread acceptance. So I find it kind of strange that you have people who are willing to accept you and might mistakenly call you a girl and you're ready to assault them.
But I've been out as trans for almost 7 years.
Okay, cool. Good for you. But nobody knows who the fuck you are.
And I'm tired of showing patience and mercy. I wish people would try to see my point of view and not expect me to bow down to the dominant culture.
Yet you want all of society to bow down and use gender-neutral pronouns when they speak to anyone they meet on the off chance, the slight chance they meet somebody who actually identifies that way. And with some people identifying with Z and Zer versus the people that identify with they, what do you use? When you meet somebody, do you say they or do you say Z and Zer? You're going to offend somebody no matter what. If they is the decided pronoun, the same way that he, she, her, and him are now, eventually the person who identifies with Z and Zer is going to be annoyed and offended by constantly having to correct people using they. And the cycle fucking continues.
The dominant culture should apologize to non-binary people for spending millennia trying to force us into conforming to their damn binary by telling us that we have to transition and blend in seamlessly with the normals.
Wait, aren't you transitioning? And I don't think anyone in the Western world is telling people they have to transition in order to blend in or be accepted. And I don't understand what this demanding for an apology thing is. What fucking good is an apology going to do you? So here, if it makes you feel better, on behalf of all the people that died that I don't know about, that I'm not related to, that I have nothing to do with, we're sorry. There, problem solved. No, I know better. You're still going to find something to complain about. Asking current societies to apologize for past societies doesn't do shit.
So, in conclusion, equality is not just for women.
I agree 100%.
Non-binary people are people.
I agree 100%. Unless they also identify as a dragon or something.
If you want some guidance on how to be a true ally, here are some tips. Number 1. Learn to get used to being uncomfortable. When you advocate for a person who, for example, identifies as Maverick, prepare yourself to have cis people stare at you like you're crazy.
Oh, come on, it can't be that bad. Let's look up and see what a Maverick is. Maverick is a specific non-binary gender identity characterized by autonomy and inner conviction regarding a sense of self that is entirely independent of male masculinity, female femininity, or anything which derives from the two while still being neither without gender nor a neutral gender. Maverick is not close to a female or male gender and is not like a mix of them. It also isn't a lack of gender or an apathetic attitude about gender. Maverick is strictly a gender identity, not a gender expression. So how a Maverick person chooses to express or present themselves is entirely up to that individual. Maverick is not an umbrella term, but a specific gender identity. Fuck, that took like 42 seconds to read. Jesus Christ. Okay, I take it back. You're right. Most people are going to look at you like you're fucking crazy.
Number 2. Be mindful of the way language erases non-binary folks.
So if I refer to somebody as he or she and they fucking vanish, I'll be very mindful that I fucked up. Promise.
Number 3. If you're in a position where you can make public accommodations gender neutral, then go for it.
Fair enough. If they got the funds to handle things, then by all means.
Number 4. Remember that misogyny affects non-binary and gender non-conforming people too.
For that to be true, you'd have to identify as female, which kind of contradicts the whole non-binary thing.
Number 5. Quit picking that scab by going back to binary enforcement.
Okay. So long as you don't create new wounds with non-binary enforcement.
Number 6. You don't have to feel sorry for non-binary people. Some of us are happy and comfortable in our identities despite society's opposition.
I don't feel sorry for you. And you really shouldn't worry about society. Just worry about the people in your everyday life. They're going to be the people that know you. They're going to know your pronouns, what you're like. Outside of that, no one's going to know that you are agender or non-binary unless you're out screaming about it. And if that's what you're doing, then you are out crying for acceptance, which means you may not be as comfortable in your skin as you say you are.